Hi everybody. In my previous video, I did explain how to connect from SQL Developer to an Oracle Autonomous Database in OCI. So this time, let's try to configure a new connection, but pointing to an Oracle database created by using Amazon RDS. I will click this link in my toolbar, which addresses me to my RDS free service. As you can see, RDS stands for Relational Database Service and can be used to deploy different types of databases like Oracle, MySQL, SQL Server, and others in the Amazon cloud. I took advantage of the RDS for free, so I will sign in to my RDS console. Look at the URL address, https aws.amazon.com/RDS. This is the address that you have to use to access the RDS service. So let's click and sign into the console. Now let's connect by using a root user. The reason is because I need to have full privilege on my cloud environment to create a database and set up the parameters to allow the connection from Oracle SQL Developer. Let's type in my AWS account password to sign in. The console is showing me the recently visited service. So I am frequent user of RDS. Let's click in RDS because it's the one needed to create a new Oracle database. So now the create database option is displayed. I will click in the same. There are two database creation methods. The easy create is quite straightforward, but I will select the standard create option because I would like to customize my Oracle database. So let's click here in Oracle. The version of the database will be Oracle Standard Edition. However, you can create different database versions. Just be sure to mark the option below, which is free tier. This is to avoid unexpected fees, of course, if you are using RDS just for learning purposes. Okay, RDS proposed a database instance name, but I am going to write my own. So let's name this database as Ora RDS2. So now I am going to type in and confirm a password for my administrator account. I am okay with the storage type and allocated space, so let's move on. The connectivity section is the bottom line here, and I realize I have to expand this specific section, additional connectivity configuration. This is because I have to check mark the publicly accessible option. Otherwise, our connection from SQL Developer is not going to happen. So let's do it. I am good with the default virtual private cloud, also with the port 1521. Here, there is another point to highlight. Let's expand the additional configuration section. We need to write down the initial database name, so I think a good idea would be to make it match with the instance name field above. So it should be Ora RDS2. So let's scroll down. I am okay with the default options. So after the warning message about the AWS free tier for 12 months, we can proceed to create the database. A new window will be displayed. So now the database creation is in progress. Okay, our database was created. The current status is available. So let's click in the database link to collect the information needed to make the connection from SQL Developer. There is a long string named as endpoint. This string is quite important because we are going to use it to enable the connection from SQL Developer to our Oracle database in the Amazon cloud. So let's copy the string and let's paste it in a text editor to use it later. Moving back to our SQL Developer, I will provide a name for a new connection. Let's name it RDS connection. My authentication type will be the default one. So now let's provide the administrator account, username, and password. I am not going to use a wallet credentials as when I did it when I connected to OCI. So I will use the basic connection type instead. The way to fill in the host name field is the bottom line here. We need to fill in this field with the endpoint we got from RDS. So let's copy paste the string here. The default port will be 1521, as usually happens for Oracle databases, and the SID will be the name of the database instance created in RDS. So it should be Ora RDS2. Now let's test the connection. It is successful, so we can say the same to use it later. As you can see, the connection is visible now at the left side of the screen. So let's go ahead and click in the connect button. So once again, I am going to run a query to confirm the connection is pointing to the right database. So the output confirms I am connected to the database instance name Ora RDS2. That's great. So now we have two connections pointing to different cloud providers, OCI and AWS. And I can use the power of SQL Developer to perform tasks in my cloud databases. I hope you did enjoy this video, but most important, I hope it be useful. That's all for now. Goodbye.